Hi friends, I am K.R. Goswami, ex-serviceman from Indian Air Force and a retired branch manager. I want to tell you something about belief system. Earl Nightingale once told, "You are now and you do become what you think about." The belief system is deeply rooted in the subconscious mind. Believing in oneself is racing on uphill road. Belief system is outcome of social intercourse of individual. During my masters in psychology, I read in the book an incident of a child who was jeopardized and kept in closed room for 14 years with the lambs and goats on an experimental basis. When he was taken out of the confinement, the first word he spoke was "bah," exactly the sound that goat makes. A human is a social being. The environment makes him what he is. It is very easy to believe others, but believing oneself is inevitably difficult. I was narrating a story in one of the lectures at high school to young boys. So many frogs were in the well, and some of them were trying to come out of the well. One of the frogs was jumping arduously, but it was falling back again and again. All the frogs were shouting in their language, "You cannot climb, fox, you cannot climb." But after certain attempts, the subject frog jumped out of the well. You know why he could succeed? Because the frog was deaf. Due to the hard of hearing trouble, it could not listen the negative repetition of fellow frogs. Likewise, if you listen to the people who are negative, you cannot achieve your day-to-day task. Everyone has a self-limiting belief, and that is hindrance to reveal the true potential. But there is a good news. You can gradually change the belief system. Your self-image depends upon what type of books you are reading and with what type of people you associate. Replacement of negative thoughts with positive thoughts are major factor of changing your self-belief and reaching to your fullest potential. The story of a Chinese bamboo tree is well known. Seed of the bamboo is sowed in land and nurtured with the water and fertilizer for more than 5 years, but nothing comes out. But after 5 years, bamboo grows about 100 feet within 3 to 4 weeks. During these 5 years, the roots of the bamboo are so deep rooted that they are unshakable against the deadly storms. In the same way, if your mind is constantly nurtured good thoughts, words and positive mental feeling, one can never be shaken during the adverse situation and hurdles in life. You must have heard about the rain dance. In dry area with sands, when it did not rain for years together, and all of a sudden when it started raining, the 8 years old child was surprised with wow moments that water is falling from the sky. During one of the motivational seminars, one of my mentors narrated the story of old man who was living in open hut. When it did not rain, villagers used to go to old man who started dancing and it rained. Every time when there was a dire need of rain, people made old men to dance, and all time it rained. Once the people asked to old men, "What is the secret behind it?" When people emphasized to know the reason the old man told. There are two reasons responsible for the rain. Firstly, I have a profound faith in God that He will send the rain, and second, I have intense faith in me and I will continue dancing till God sends the rain. So faith and belief are interwoven. A senior contributor, George Brandt, gives excellent example in the Animal School on leadership strategy. The animals organized a school to help their children deal with the problems of new world, and to make it easier to administer the curriculum of running, climbing, swimming and flying. They decided that all their children would take all the subjects. This produced some interesting issues. Duck was excellent in swimming but relatively poor in running. So he devoted himself to improving his running through extra practice. Eventually, this webbed feet got so badly worn that he dropped to only average in swimming. But the average was acceptable in this school, so nobody worried about that except the duck. A rabbit had a nervous breakdown because the other animal said she looked like a rat when she jumped in the water for swimming class and all her hair got matted down. In the climbing class, the eagle bet all the others to the top of tree but kept insisting on using his own method of getting there. This was unacceptable, so the eagle was severely disciplined. If you try to become Arnold Schwarzenegger or Lata Mangeshkar, you cannot be either of them, as every individual is unique, just like thumb impression. You have to be legendary in your style. A rabbit starting to learn swimming miserably failed. You cannot make fish to climb the tree in spite of all the skills you employ. You are brand in yourself and therefore develop your potential according to your taste and style. One of my education instructor in personality development classes in armed forces suggested me not to become Edwin Moses. Edwin Moses was a champion in 400 meters hurdles, and the Moses Kiptonio running a sub 8 minutes 3000 meters steeplechase when I was in coaching camp for middle distance running. You are you and develop as you only. Your personal best timing much more essential than beating your counterpart in competition. Sebastian Coe, you must be knowing, won the men's 1500 meters final from Jurgen Straub and Steve Ovett at 1980 Olympics. He could break sub 4 minutes barrier in miles race because he conceived in his mind, I was prepared to die with blood in my boots for 1500 meters. Now almost every athlete runs below 4 minutes in mile race, but it was not believed till the great Olympian achieved. Nelson Mandela once said, "It always seems impossible unless it is done." So lastly, remember two things. If you sow groundnuts, groundnuts grow. If you sow tobacco, tobacco grows. And secondly, prefer to be eagle than parrot, because parrot speaks more but flies less, but eagle is calm and quiet but has a might of touching sky. I have narrated some of more things in my book. Build better version of yourself. I have tried to present 21 different psychological ways which will not only compare your existing level of personality traits but will make drastic change to eradicate, resolve, or at least moderate violent issues in today's hectic life.